Hello, I'm Crystal, and today I will be guiding you through a 1 hour gentle yoga practice. I will encourage you that as we move through our practice today, if you feel uncomfortable in any of the poses, so burning, tingling, any uncomfortable um, sensations that may arise, just come out of the pose and find something comfortable. But today I would like to talk a little bit about self-love. So I think that self-love is such a big thing that we hear about in social media. But I find sometimes a lot of that self-love is focused around the physical things that we can do. So maybe take a bath or go for a walk or indulge in your favorite treat, right? But I want to talk about self-love in a different way. And the way that I think about self-love is completely and fully accepting yourself exactly as you are, with all the faults, all of the things, and just loving on yourself a little bit. So what I've found is that one of the biggest things that prevents us from loving ourselves the way that we should is this negative self-talk, right? This inner critic that just beats us up and really keeps us from going out and being our best selves out in the world. So I know it comes up for me a lot, or you may resonate with this. It's always a function of I'm not enough. So I'm not smart enough. I'm not motivated enough. I'm not pretty enough. I mean, whatever the thing is, right? It's this just feeling of not being enough. And then we get into our heads and we really just start letting ourselves have it, right? And sometimes we do this because we think we are motivating ourselves to change. But in my experience, that usually doesn't work, right? I'll listen to myself, bullying myself for a minute, and then I get resentful towards myself, and a bunch of other emotions pop up, and I'm like, to hell with this. Whatever, stupid inner bully. And then I'm right back at square one. So, what can we do to try to counteract some of this negative self-talk, right? And start to embrace self-love. I like to tell folks to take a nap. And a nap sounds fabulous, right? But it's an acronym that I developed, and it stands for Notice, Accept, and Pivot. So when you catch yourself in some of this negative self-talk, take a moment and just notice. And it can be really hard to do, but it's just like, okay, I'm doing the thing, right? Like, here comes the negative self-talk. Maybe even give that inner bully a name. And then once you've noticed, maybe you can begin to accept how you feel. So maybe you're feeling like you're not good enough to do something. And just accept those feelings, right? Maybe that makes you feel sad or some other kind of discomfort. We're human, so having emotions is part of the game. That's why we're here. So just learning to accept whatever it is that you're feeling and not bullying yourself for bullying yourself, right? And then the third step is to pivot. So once you've noticed what's going on, you've accepted it, accepted yourself, maybe you can begin to pivot and then shift your talk into to yourself, maybe a little bit more positive. So like maybe you're talking to a good friend and telling them like, hey, it's okay, like that's fine. Like you might be going through that, but I think you're doing a great job. It's completely understandable that you feel this way, but I know that you can do this thing, right? And so we're going to be practicing this notion of noticing, accepting, and pivoting during our yoga practice today. So as we go through practice, anytime that you find your mind wandering, it might not be about self-talk, it's negative self-talk. But if you find your mind wandering to a to-do list or something else that you have going on, gently bring yourself back. So notice that you've gone somewhere else. Don't bully yourself. Cool, no judgment. My mind started wandering. That's what minds do. And then come back to the practice, pivot, bring yourself back to the present moment. Okay, so we're going to begin on our backs. And before we do that, you'll notice I have a couple of blocks here. If you have 2 blocks, go ahead and grab them. You can pause and come back. And if not, don't worry about it. We can do 100% of this practice without blocks. So let's begin. I'm going to guide you through a short meditation. So come to lying on your back. And that can look like a lot of things. It's whatever's comfortable for you. You can come into a regular shavasana, or maybe you knock the knees together and then bring the arms out by the sides, or maybe the arms are resting on the body. Just finding a comfortable position. Settling into this space, the 4 corners of your mat. Maybe noticing sounds in the room. Noticing the temperature of the room. Is it cool? Is it warm? And then begin to notice your breath. We are not changing the breath, just noticing. Is it deep? Is it shallow? And accepting it exactly as it is, right? And then let's take a few rounds of breath together. So exhale all the air out of your lungs. And then take a big breath in through the nose. Fill up, feel your ribs expand. And then exhale, release, side out. Good, just 2 more like that. Big breath in through the nose. Fill up with fresh oxygen. And exhale, release, let it all go. One more time. Big breath in. Fill up. And exhale, release. And from here, we are going to begin to deepen our breath to further relax the body and the mind. So once again, exhale all the air out of your lungs. And then inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 6. And again, inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 6. Feel your body soften. One more time. Inhale, counting to 4. And exhale, counting to 6. Soften the body. And then return your breath to its normal pace. From here, I'm going to guide you through a meditation. So I will be reading to you some statements, and then if these statements resonate with you, feel free to repeat them back silently to yourself, or you can just continue relaxing and breathing. But we'll begin by releasing some of these negative things, and then we will begin to embrace the positive. So let's begin. Sometimes I'm not so great at loving on myself. But I accept myself and I honor how I feel. Even though a part of me is so self-critical and judgmental, I honor my feelings and allow my body to relax. Sometimes I can be pretty mean to myself. I criticize myself because I believe it will motivate me to change. But I usually end up feeling worse. So why is it so hard to accept myself? It's so frustrating. And I don't like how it feels. Maybe there's a different way. Maybe this inner bully isn't really helping. Maybe I can begin to question these negative thoughts. Because I know that these thoughts are just trying to protect me. They are trying to protect me from feeling judged, unworthy, and afraid. But I know from the depths of my being that I am enough. I am worthy. And I am loved. Just for existing as I am in this very moment. And I have the power to choose loving and compassionate thoughts towards myself. Take a gentle breath in. And exhale, release. So begin to invite small movements into the body. We're going to move into the yoga practice now. So maybe rolling out wrists, just noticing what wants to move first and going with that. Coming back to this space. Maybe pointing the toes, reaching the arms overhead for a nice full body stretch. And then rolling over to your favorite side for fetal position. So bringing the knees up towards the body, using the arm as a pillow. Close the eyes and check in here. So just noticing how you feel. And then using your hands, gently press yourself up. And we will meet at an easy seat. So if you would like to leave the eyes closed here, that's perfectly fine. But we're going to start off with some neck circles. So bringing your chin to your chest. And then right ear, right shoulder. And then gently dropping the head back. And left ear, left shoulder. Don't forget to breathe. And then bringing the chin back to the chest and find some circles here at your own pace. So again, eyes can be closed or add a soft gaze, but really feeling into this. Noticing any areas that are tight, maybe hanging out, giving those areas a little extra love. This is your practice. You can go as fast or as slow as you like. And if you're interested, switch directions. If not, you can keep going the same way. Your hands can be wherever's comfortable for you. And then let's come back to center. Nice. Eyes can still remain closed here as hip circles, shifting your weight forward. And then maybe going around to the right and to the back. So your knees might be up, that's perfectly fine. It's just finding some movement here that feels good to you. So maybe you really come forward and stretch through the chest. You really cave in through the belly, chin to chest to get into the shoulders and the back. And just like we did with the neck circles, if you find a particular area that needs a little extra love, listen to your body. It's talking to you. Switch directions if you want. Keep breathing. And then let's come back to center. Nice. All right. From here, bringing your right fingertips out towards your side. And then take your other hand, flip the palm, and we're just going to come into a nice side stretch here. So you can come down to the elbow. Also a nice time to have a block here if you'd like to have a block. And then reaching up through your top arm. And then from here, we're going to send our top hand out in front of us, like diagonal with the knee. And then inhale, open up wide. So we're going to go diagonally across our body. Good. Exhale, coming on back down. And you can always change positions with this hand here. Inhale, open back up. Maybe following your hand with your eyes. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale up. And exhale back down. Inhale back up, and then let's switch it out. So bringing your left fingertips to the ground. Right hand palm flips up. And then maybe sliding these fingertips out. Maybe you just stay on your hand. That's perfectly fine. But pressing your right hip down into the ground so you feel this opening along your side body. You can kind of play around here. I like to find movement because it kind of helps you navigate where you're feeling the things, right? If you want to come down to an elbow, you can. No judgment here, right? So checking in, how you doing? Where are your thoughts? And then let's do that diagonal thing. So bringing the arm down in front of you, kind of diagonal with the knee. And then inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, bringing the arm down. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, arm comes down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reaching the arm up. And then exhale, bringing that arm back down. And then inhale the arm up. And then reaching the arms in front of you, we're going to come onto our hands and knees for a tabletop. So, finding the tabletop here. And let's move through a few rounds of cat-cow while we're here, right? Why not, right? Inhale, dip the belly down, pull the chest through the arms, maybe gaze up. Exhale, cat. Press into the mat, chin to chest. Really arch through the shoulders, feel the stretch. And then inhale back down to cow. Really pressing into the hands here, good. Exhale, press into the hands, chin to chest. Cat back. Inhale, cow. And then exhale, cat. And then finding a neutral spine. From here, step your right foot in between your hands, okay? This is a great place to have blocks if you have them. So you can have them at any height that feels good. Find your blocks. And we're just gonna lunge into this front leg. So the blocks can be higher, if that feels better. So really opening up through our left hip. And if you don't have the blocks, that's fine. You can have your hands down at the mat or even have your hands here at your knee. Yeah. So just feeling into this, opening up through our left hip flexor. You can also roll something up and place them under your knees. If your knees get a little achy when you're doing the yoga on the knees, happens. No judgment. All right, so let's find a little stillness. So knees on top of ankle. Your back toes can be tucked or untucked. That's kind of a preference, right? Okay, arms by the side. And then inhale, reach the arms out for a low crescent. So arms come up. And then pull the shoulders away from the ears. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, find your right hand. It's this one. And then bring it forward. So you're bringing your right hand forward. And then as it comes down, begin to send your left arm in front of you. So you're twisting open. Hello, friends. Twisting open to the right. Take a breath in. As you exhale, left elbow comes to your right knee, and then your right hand comes up and around, meeting your hands together. Inhale. As you exhale, press into your hands, lift your heart up towards your hands. Good, so continue breathing here. Maybe you gaze up past up the corner of your eyes, or maybe if balance is a little wonky, squeeze your inner thighs together and gaze down. Lots of options. And let's take one more breath in. Exhale, press into the hands, twist to the right. Good. Inhale. As you exhale, release the hands. If you have your blocks, find them. And then kick your right foot out, coming into a half splits here. So again, the blocks can be at any height. But wherever you are with this posture, let's check out our hips. So this right hip, it wants to come forward because it's like, hell no, I ain't trying to stretch the hamstring, but we're like, yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. So bring that right hip back. Yeah. Good, just feeling the stretch. And then let's lunge back into that front leg. Frame your front foot. Bring your right knee back to meet your left. Send your knees out wide, big toes come together. Sink back into your heels for child's pose. So child's pose, you can have a block here underneath your head, or you can be on your elbows, right? This is child's pose. Just starting to feel the stretch. It's not about how the pose looks, it's about how it feels in your body. So we're stretching through the hips and trying to find some length through the spine. Good. And then inhale back up, coming into tabletop. Let's do the other side. I'm going to turn around so I can see you. All right, here we are in tabletop. Okay, friends, step your left foot forward. Okay, here we are. And just as we did before, we're just warming up. So find some movement here. And it's up to you if you want to move. Maybe it just feels good to hang out here, right? Those hip flexors got super tight, and we're just needing to let them hang out for a minute. If you want to move. And then maybe pull the blocks back a little bit and then have knee on top of ankle. So hands can be on top of the knees. Again, squeeze the inner thighs together. That helps with balance here. And let's bring the arms by the side. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. So I want to turn so you can see. Inhale, reach the arms up. Yeah. Shoulders away from the ears. Nice. All right, this is our low crescent. Then take a breath in. As you exhale, bring that left hand in front of you. Right hand stays high. Lose more balance. Squeeze your thighs together, Crystal. And then come to this open twist. Yes, hello. You can gaze back at your back thumb. Gaze at your front thumb. Take a breath in. As you exhale, right elbow, left knee, left hand comes up and over. Prayer hands. Take a breath in. As you exhale, press into your hands, lift your heart. Yes. You may be gazing up or down. And you can also have your back toes tucked. I feel like my earrings hitting the microphone. No worries. All right, let's slowly release. Bring your hands down to your blocks, kick out that left foot, and then sink back into your half splits. So your blocks can be here, right? Slight bend in the knee. Flexing the front toes towards your face. Again, let's check out our hips. So left hip wants to go forward because it's like, Tell it it's okay, and bring that left hip back and settle in. Keep breathing. Good. And then from here, let's lunge into our front leg. And then set the blocks aside. And then bring your hands to frame your front foot. Engage your back leg. So we're kind of like in a low lunge. And then bring that back foot up to meet the right for ragdoll. So feet are hip width distance. I'm going to turn. Feet are hip width distance. And then just let your head hang. Generous bend in the knees here. Maybe you bend into one leg and then the other. Or maybe you choose stillness. Again, warming up the hamstrings. And then heel toe the feet together. So big toes touch, a little bit of space in between the heels. Let your arms dangle in front of you. And then slowly, slowly, slowly roll up. So we're coming up nice and slow here. Taking our own sweet time. Good. Roll the shoulders back once you get to the top. And then bring your hands down by your side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms touch. Bring the hands to heart center. And then breathe here. Close the eyes or invite a soft gaze. And at this time, I'm going to invite you to set an intention for class. Something that you would like to dedicate class to. Maybe it's this whole negative self-talk thing and getting rid of that. Or somebody, whatever it is, bring that intention to mind. And then let's seal it with a breath. So exhale all the air out of your lungs. Big breath in through the nose. See your intention. And exhale, release, let it all go. Nice. Bring the hands by the side. And then inhale, reach the arms up, mountain pose. So the arms are up tall, so pressing into your feet. Zip the legs up, belly button to spine. Arms are reaching up, but check out your shoulders away from the ears. Good. And then take a breath in. As you exhale, turn your palms to face me, bend into the elbows. And so we're doing a little cactus here. Maybe gaze up. And then inhale, reach the arms back up. As you exhale, turn the palms to face the ground and then interlace the palms behind your back. Take a breath in, pull the hands up. Exhale, pull the hands down. Gaze up if you like. Send the hips forward, open up through the heart. And then inhale, come back up. Release the hands. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, mountain pose. Exhale, turn the palms to face me. Bend into the elbows, send the hips forward. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, turn the palms to face the ground and interlace the fingers behind you. Funky thumb on top. There it is. Inhale, pull the hands up to the small of the back. Exhale, squeeze the palms together. Send the hips forward. Maybe gaze up a bit. Open it up through that throat chakra. And then inhale, come back up. And then release the hands to the side. All right, step up to the top of your mat if you're not already there. From here, bring your hands to your hips. Have your blocks nearby. We might need them here in a minute. All right, hands are on your hips. And then step your left foot back. Pretty decent sized step, yeah? We're getting set up for warrior one. Okay, so find a little movement, lunging into your front leg. Maybe you need to heel toe that front foot a little wider. No big deal. And then once you're here, bring your hands like you got these little radar guns, and then turn your hips so they're facing the front of the room. Yeah? Adjust your stance. I want you to feel steady and supported here. Then hands come back to the hips, tug the pelvis under, all the things. Arms come by your side. You can leave them at your hips, totally cool with me. And then inhale, reach the arms up. If you want to do the full expression of warrior one. Here we are, friends. So where are your shoulders? Down away from the ears. Good. Take a breath in. Turn the palms down. So coming back behind your back, we already know where we're going. Interlace the fingers, pull them up to the small of your back. Exhale, this time forward fold. Extend the arms out, right shoulder to right knee, humble warrior. So letting the head hang heavy. Keep breathing. If the bind is too much, let it go. Good, and then inhale, we're going to slowly rise up. Release the bind, hand comes to your hips. And then step to the top of your mat. Now let's do the other side. I'll switch directions. We're not live. We sure didn't use them blocks, do we? All right, that's okay. No judgment, right? Right step back, right foot back. And so let's just find some stability in our feet, right? So lunging into our left foot. Good. And then once you feel nice and stable here, hands come, find your little radar guns, and then turn them towards your extended legs. So now adjust your footing more, right? Back foot's at this 45-degree angle. Hands come to the hips. Tuck the pelvis under. Shoop, see that? Arms come by the side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, turn the palms to face the ground. Interlace the hands. Funky thumb, find it. That's it. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, left shoulder, left knee. Send the arms up long behind you. Let the head hang. Keep breathing here in your humble warrior. And then release the hands to the ground. And then step up to the top of your mat. And then once you're here, we're going to slowly rise up and come all the way up to standing. All right, friends, I got a little bit more standing work for you. And then we're going to go down for the awesome stretchy stuff. So let's do this last little sequence here. So once again, standing at the top of your mat. Hands can come to your hips. Take a bigger step back, so a little bit wider than last time. Okay, now we're going to find our way to warrior two. So send the arms out, lunging deep into your front leg. So check out, are your hips and your shoulders in line, right? So sometimes we can be this way or this way. Check out to see hips are in line with your shoulders. Reaching out, soften the shoulders down. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Send your back hand down on the leg. And then send the top arm up to the sky. Yeah, for a reverse triangle here. Maybe gazing up at the hand, breathing here. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Good, and then exhale, come back through to warrior two. Nice, strong warriors. All right, take a breath in. As you exhale, reach with your front fingertips, and then bring your front elbow to your front knee and send your left arm up to the sky. Yeah, so as always, you can adjust your stance. You have that permission. But wherever you are, we're not just like dumping into this right side, right? We're using our side body, right? Our solar plexus, lifting ourselves up. Maybe open the arms. Take a breath in and release. Inhale, lift yourself up with your back hand and turn all of your toes to face the left side of the room, or me, you can turn around. So here we are, toes in, heels out. Take a breath in. As you exhale, fold forward, bringing your arms towards the mat for a wide leg forward fold. So always options. You can bend into one leg and then the other. That feels good. Or maybe just let your head hang. This is our inversion of class, y'all. We're upside down. Whoop. So just finding a little stillness and noticing in these moments of stillness, right? Where are your thoughts going? You still here with me? All right, and then from here, bringing the hands to the hips, bend into the knees, roll up nice and slow. Yeah, now we're going to turn to face the back of the mat. So left foot comes out, and then we're going to lunge into our left leg. So finding warrior two on the side. So reaching out through the arms, shoulders down, gazing over our front fingertips. Again, check out the back hip. Sometimes it tries to pop out a little bit. Pull it under. Yeah. I see you adjusting. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Back hand comes to back leg. Flip the front palm. All the things. Send it up to the sky. Reverse triangle. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Good. Take a breath in. As you exhale, settle back down into warrior two. And then inhale, reach with your front fingertips. Then left elbow to your left knee. Right hand can be at your hip and you can stay here. This is totally an option. Or if you'd like, send that right arm up to the sky. Palm facing the side of the room, like you're high-fiving me if you're facing me. Just remember, we're not just like, this is not like me hanging out here. Lift up through your side body. Yeah. Tap into that solar plexus. You have the power to change, my friend. Good, and then inhale, come back up. All the toes face me. Option for a bind in the back. So hands come behind you like we've been doing. Interlace the fingers. Take a breath in. Pull it up to the small of your back. Exhale, fold forward into that wide leg forward fold. And then send your arms up and over. So you can play around with squeezing the palms together and notice that sensation. Or maybe you just have the fingers interlaced and notice how that feels. If you're not digging the bind, bring the hands down. Don't have to have that. Last inversion of class. Come back to your breath. Come back to your mat. And then bring your hands to your hips. Slide them in the knees. Roll on up. Good. And then we're going to do warrior two, facing the front of your mat. Yeah. And then hands come to your hips. Step to the top of your mat. Good job, friends. We're going down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Hands come through heart center. Bring your hands down to your mat. Step your right foot back. Big old step. Drop the knee. Step your left foot back to meet it. And then let's make our way down to our bellies. So lowering yourself down to your belly. Yeah. All right. So once we're here on our belly, forehead to mat. And then exhale all the air out of your lungs. Inhale, low cobra. Press into the tops of the feet. Lift the head and shoulders off the mat. Maybe gazing right where your mat and the ground meet. And then squeeze the elbows back. And we're using our spine here. So maybe hover the hands or come to your fingertips. Right? Really strengthening through the spine. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. And then exhale, release. Bringing your arms down by your hips. Palms facing up. Toes in, heels out. And then bring your right cheek to the mat. Just relax. Let everything go. Notice what happens in the silence, in the stillness. Good, and then bringing the hands, leaving the hands as they are, we're going to move into floor bow. If you already know you don't like floor bow, you can do low cobra again, so hands under the shoulders, exactly as we just did, right? If you want to give floor bow a shot, why not? Let's go for it. So kick the feet up towards your booty, yeah, and then grab the tops of your feet. Okay, if you're like me, your knees go wild and they go wide, so bring them in. And then bring your forehead to the mat. Okay, this is a lot right here. You can just hang on to this. If you don't have your feet, don't judge yourself. Just drop into low cobra. If you want to proceed, inhale. And then as you exhale, kick into your hands. Lift your head and shoulders. We're coming up onto our belly. Keep kicking into your hands. Keep lifting up. And exhale, slowly release. This time, left cheek down to the mat. Toes in, heels out. So just completely melting into the ground here. Relaxing. Back to your breath. Feel the ground supporting you. Good. And then from here, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up to tabletop. And then send your hips to either side, finding an easy seat. Right, my friends? A little bit more stretchy stuff here. So bring your right foot into the inside of your left leg. I'm probably opposite than you. No worries. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. And then turn towards your extended leg. All right, and then bring your hands out on either side of your leg and begin to crawl your fingertips forward. So your body's gonna wanna stop. I know a lot of us are like, I'm gonna grab that foot and pull myself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Maybe just let your body stop where it stops. Turn the palms up. Drop the head. And just be with what is. Accepting yourself exactly as you are right here in this moment. It's absolutely perfect. You can even have a slight bend in the knee. And then bringing the hands back down towards the ground, gently press yourself up. Then bring your right hand back behind your right hip. Since your left hand comes in front, we're going to press ourselves up onto our right knee. Adjust your right hand and then send that left arm up to the sky. So left toes are pointing out. Stargazer. And then come on back down. And let's switch it out and do the other side. All right, so sending that right leg out long. Left foot comes in. And then I kind of get situated so I can turn to the right. Good, hands come on either side of the leg. And then begin to fold your way forward. Just stopping wherever your body wants to stop. No judgment. And then maybe the palms come up. And just breathe here. Breathe into the tight areas, encouraging them to soften. You may notice with time that you do slowly fold just a little bit further, but it's when your body wants to, right? And then bringing the hands back to frame the leg on the fingertips, press yourself up. This time left hand comes behind you, you know where we're going, and then right hand comes out in front, just so we can press ourselves up onto this left leg. Adjust your left hand, right leg's out long. Send your right arm up to the sky. Maybe send the hips forward, right? Feel this heart opener. Yeah, like you're looking up at the sky, trying to find some constellations. And then coming on back down. Nice and slow. Good. From here, we're going to find our way to our backs. Yes, we're getting closer. Come on down to your back. And then we are going to find waterfall or supported waterfall. So if you don't have a block, no worry. I like to put my hands, like I do this thing, and put my hands right underneath my hip bones there, and then lift the legs up, and then you can kind of adjust your hands, right, your thumbs. And you get a little bit of support. If you would like to use a block, having the block at the lowest level, it's going to go right underneath your sacrum, so kind of lifting up into a bridge pose, lifting your hips, and then lower your hips down onto the block. Then you can send your legs up to the sky. And then put your arms in a place that feels good. I really like my arms to be kind of in this cactus pose. And so the legs are just hanging out here. This is great for the lymphatic system. This is great if you suffer from insomnia. Get up in the middle of the night and send your legs up the wall. So just relaxing here. This is another inversion, right? Getting the heart above the head. Doesn't always have to be handstand. Or ever for me. And then let's come out of this. So bring the feet on down, plant them on the ground. If you got a block, just lift the hips, remove the block. And then once you lower the hips down, send your arms out to a T, palms facing up. And then bring your knees in towards your chest. And then drop your knees over to the right for a gentle supine twist. Right hand can rest on top of the knees. It's okay if the legs don't come to the ground. It's okay if your knees don't touch. Just find something that kind of feels comfortable. You're still getting the benefit of the twist. Breathe here. Focusing on the breath. And then let's switch it out. So just bringing the knees up through center. Right arm comes long, the knees drop over to the left. And then you can guide your legs over, encouraging the right shoulder towards the mat. It's okay if it doesn't touch. And if you like, you can gaze over your right fingers. And then let's slowly come up, grabbing the tops of the knees. So we're about to move into Shavasana. So if there's any last minute postures that you would like to take, whether they have a yoga name or not, do it. Any little stretches. What is your body calling for, right? And whenever you're ready, find your way to Shavasana. And once you are in Shavasana, sending the legs out long, shuffle the shoulders underneath the body, closing down the eyes. Maybe a slight tuck of the chin. And so from here, I'm going to guide you through a body scan to help the body further relax into this deep rest. So to begin, bring your attention to your toes. And imagine this healing energy swirling around each of your toes, beginning to soften them one by one. And then send this healing energy to the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet and the heels, your ankles, releasing any tension here in the feet, so that both of your feet feel heavy, like they're just melting into the ground. Soften your calves and shins. Send this healing energy to your knees, your hamstrings, and your thighs. And soften your hips. Take a gentle breath in, and as you exhale, feel your belly soften. Soften your lower, middle, and upper back. And then bring your attention to your torso, the home of all of these wonderful organs that do so much for you on a daily basis without you even asking. So send all of your organs a little gratitude for all that they do. And then bringing your attention back up through your chest and your shoulders. Sending this healing energy out through your arms, elbows, forearms, and wrists. And into your hands and each of your fingers. And maybe it feels as if you're holding this healing energy in the palm of your hands. And then coming back up to your neck and your throat, soften here. Soften your jaw. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Soften your cheeks, your temples, under your eyes, your eyebrows. And then bring your attention to your third eye center, your seat of intuition. Soften the forehead, and then send this healing energy to the crown of your head. And just be. Today I will leave you in Shavasana, but before we end our time together, I'd like to read to you a quote from Melody Gottfried, the self-love philosopher. And here's what she says. Loving yourself isn't about being happy all the time. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about loving even your sadness. It's about claiming everything that you are, including your pain, your trauma, your mistakes, your wounds, your shame, and your regrets. It's a love found in integration and acceptance. When you can love it all, you will finally experience peace within yourself and with your world. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that your day is filled with love, and know that you are worthy and you are enough exactly as you are. Namaste.